Hi, I'm Chris, and this happy little guy is Teddy, and together we are Our Time to RV. A few years ago, we downsized from a 3-slide, 35-foot fifth wheel to a 20-foot slide-in truck camper, and now have the flexibility to travel any place our 2016 Dodge Ram 3500 dually can take us. We love the outdoors and tend to gravitate to the state parks, national parks, Corps of Engineer locations, and boondocking sites, but do occasionally visit the private parks. We hope you enjoy the content. If so, please like and subscribe to our channel, then leave a comment telling us what you think. Thanks for watching.
After the first 2 days of being here and having some really wet weather and winds and overcast skies, yesterday the weather turned as far as sunshine is concerned, and getting a lot of it, plenty of it. The forecast for the next several days at least is for a lot of the same. And as well, the temperatures will be improving. Overnight we had about a low of about 30, but again, temperatures are going to start improving. We're going to start getting up into the 70s and maybe up into the 80s a week from now. So this is Dead Horse Ranch State Park. There's a lot of hiking here. You can actually ride your bikes on a lot of these trails as well too. And so it's my intention to actually get out and do some hiking of these trails. Particularly when everything starts to dry up a little bit. It's still a little bit soft, but we've got plenty of time, so hope you're enjoying the content. We're at about 3,500 feet, give or take. That little town up there in the hill is Jerome. It's a neat little town, little throwback in history. Mined gold there. Eventually became a ghost town. Now it's mainly tourism. But some neat places up there. Far enough away from the campground, even though we're in the state park, that I've got Teddy off a leash. And he's enjoying it. And I like the freedom as well too. Again, there's a lot of trails here, nice trails. We're gonna take one, doesn't go too far away from the park, loops around, and then eventually makes its way back into the park. But you can hike 10-15 miles outside the park on these trails if you want. You can also ride a bike here. It is beautiful though. And everything has a lot more green to it with all the rain that they've had recently. Teddy definitely is enjoying his time off leash. He's been on the leash for a couple days since we arrived, and that's not been the norm. At least not for the past 2 months or so. So, while he likes the parks, with the respect that he likes to watch people and dogs and everything go by, being on a leash is not his gig. I prefer to have him off as well too, but rules are rules for a reason. A lot of diversity in the vegetation just in a small area here that I'm standing around. Some nice little flowers or something on that there. I'm not sure what that is. So Dead Horse Ranch actually borders on another piece of government property. And one of the things in the area here is the Tuesday Goot Monument, which is over there on hillside. And I hope to visit while I'm here. Back down here in the valley, there's a Verde Rivers down here. We can actually hear it. I don't know if you can or not. We'll get down in there. There's good hiking down there too. There you go, part of the river there. We walked down to the edge just to check it out. Didn't know what it would be like with all the rain they've had recently. We were here a couple years ago, and that entire flat area there was underwater due to flooding. There's a better look at the Tucson area. A lot of trails down here, and there you go. It's part of the property. It's a beautiful morning today for our walk here in Cottonwood, Arizona, at Dead Horse Ranch State Park. This is early sunrise, and we're getting out to stretch the legs today, as we always do. The trails are starting to dry out here after a couple days of rain when we first got here. So it's going to be a good time to start getting out on some of our lengthier hikes. Enjoy some of the other areas of the park. One of the reasons we came here is we like the hiking here without having to leave the park grounds and driving someplace to a trailhead or something like that as well. Not having to follow roads or ATV trails or anything like that. These are genuine hiking trails, and you can be biking on these trails as well too. If you have the All Trails app or anything like it, you'll see there's quite a few trails that you can actually walk some of the distance as well too. So again, it's one of the reasons we love coming here. Do like the scenery, do like the little town of Cottonwood. There's other things to do in the area, wineries, national monuments. You can go up to Jerome, check it out. It's kind of a touristy place. But you can go up to Sedona in less than an hour, probably 45 minutes or so, depending upon where you are in Cottonwood. So Sedona's a nice place, but it ain't for me. It's way, way, way too touristy. Way too touristy. Did it one time, that was good enough for me. Went up there early in the morning to try to get on some of the trails, and even at that, I was parked probably a quarter mile, half mile from the trailhead. And that was the best part of the day. It only got busier from there, so it's not for me. No matter where you are in the park and on your hike, one thing you can always count on is a view of the mountains that are just adjacent to the park. There's still got a little bit of snow on them, but any snow that we had down here has long been gone. I mean, it was barely even present, visible when I got up. I think it was Sunday morning, a couple days ago. It was more like slush than it was snow. Okay, this morning Teddy and I are out for our traditional morning walk, but we've gone beyond the park boundaries into the adjacent national forest, and this is where most of the hiking is. So we're going to go out and do a little bit of hiking beyond the park boundaries. Not real long. This is our morning walk, 2 or 3 miles, just to get things started, and we'll be back out later. At least one of us will be. I don't know if Teddy will be with me or not, but give you an idea what some of the hiking is like here. As I turn around, you can see the valley behind me. Sun's just coming up over the horizon. Two years ago, Teddy and I were out here hiking, and we were up on the hill on our way back. With this being the only way back, without looping back and adding another 6 or 8 miles to our hike. And we were up on the hill, and down here there was a wolf, nice sized wolf. And bad part about it was he was injured. You could tell that he was limping quite a bit. I don't know if it was an old injury or a new injury, but the combination made me a bit uneasy. So we had to wait for quite a while up a hill until we felt as though he was far enough off the beaten path for us to continue on down here. Obviously, at that time, I had Teddy on the leash. It ended okay, but the chance that I didn't want to take. These trails here are good for biking as well too. And you can see there's some challenges here. That's for sure. Just more of the valley from the ridge that Teddy and I hiked up on. Very peaceful. Hard to beat. After that little divergence off into the national park and the trails, Teddy and I are back in the state park on our normal morning routine. Sun's come up behind us. It's beautiful, and we're enjoying ourselves quite a bit. I know Teddy is. He's gangbusters. I'd actually put him on a leash when we were in the national park. Every time he gets into a new area, he just wants to see everything, and he can't get there quick enough. And I just wasn't comfortable with the distance between he and I. It wasn't that far, but given prior experience here, I decided to use a little discretion. Right, buddy? You weren't happy, but you lived through it. Teddy and I just took a ride out into the country outside of Cottonwood, Clarkdale, looking for some other boondocking spots, doing a little bit of recon. Found a really nice spot here. Somebody down there. These guys got a really prime spot. Looks like they're right on the edge of the river there. I think the river runs through here somewhere, but don't quote me on that. Have to check it. Beautiful landscape here. Red rock. Up in there. Nothing out here. Spot there. Beautiful. Here's another great spot here, overlooking the valley down here. I do believe the river is hidden in the trees down there. There you go. There's the water down there. It's a pretty good hike down there, though. Teddy and I are hiking down into the low-lying area between Dead Horse Ranch State Park and Tucson National Monument. And it's a marsh. It's defined as a marsh. It's named as a marsh. And it's a great place to let Teddy run off a leash. And oftentimes we see animals of various sorts down here. mostly deer. There's a better view of the monument there. It's cold enough this morning, I'm having a hard time talking. It's in the low 30s. And it's been dry enough over the past couple days that the standing water that I was trying to avoid with Teddy, getting him all muddy. He's got the zoomies now. It's gone, so. There's quite a few trails down here in the marsh. A number of them actually make their way up onto the hill into the Tucson area, and that's a pay area. To go see the monument obviously is paid. I understand the visitor center is closed right now, but you can still get tickets online from what I read. Other trails down here actually make their way down the river, and I think we'll get down there on the way back. This is one happy little puppy. It's a great area for the animals to run here and hide. So he's smelling everything down here and loving it. The sun's just starting to come up. We're just about ready to walk into a sunny area here. I'll get the name of this marsh and put it on the screen here. It's something like the Tavasci Marsh, but it's on the map. It's between Dead Horse Ranch and Tucson National Monument. Great place. We're a little over 2 miles into our hike this morning, and we're headed back, but we've actually taken a different route back. I believe this is going to circle around close to the river, and we'll get you some shots of the river. It's the Verde River that runs through Cottonwood. Teddy's loving this. So am I. Okay, we made our way down to the river's edge, or at least a branch off the river here. Definitely peaceful down here. I followed a little horse trail down to the water's edge. This is where the river spreads out quite a bit over a large area. As a number of tributaries eventually come back together. Down here a couple of years ago during flooding, and this entire area was underwater. I think he's looking to get a drink. What do you like this, bud? You want to drink of water? Okay, good boy. Now this is interesting. We're coming out of the marsh. There's no roads. At best you get a ATV down here or a Jeep, and it feel compelled at the base of the hill put a stop sign in. Well, Teddy and I came down back into Tavasci Marsh to actually enter it and hike through it in a different direction. Unfortunately, this is what we came across. It's closed. So we're just gonna turn back around and head back. I had to keep Teddy on a leash today. Park ranger came by, saw him running, even though there's nobody down here, and said he had to be on a leash. So Teddy and I found a new access point for the river, so we decided to hike down and check it out. Fortunately, the water level is not very high right now. Otherwise, this would be at risk of being underwater. trail runs parallel to the river. Let's see how far it goes. It's headed back in the general direction of the marsh. So that's where we might wind up at. We might wind up where we were yesterday. Let's go check out the water's edge here, Teddy. It's calm and peaceful down here. These small little canyon walls here are pretty impressive, considering that they were probably forged by the flow of the river many years ago. There's my faithful companion and leader there on a leash. See if we can find an area to let him off here for a little bit. We are going to head back down below the entry area where we came in here and see what's down below. So we've passed the entry point that we came down into this area here. We're following the opposite direction. I know, generally speaking, where it goes because I know where the river goes relative to the park. So eventually, down here, I know we're going to find a point where we can branch off to the left and head back into the park where we're staying at. But it sure is nice and peaceful down here. We've come to an area here where the trail is actually within a ravine. And I see something up there. It's man-made. I'm not sure what it is, but the depth of this ravine is such that it's coming up the ground level, and I suspect we're going to have a dropping off point here where we can catch a trail back up into the park. Here we go. An intersection here with a number of different options. We're going to take this one off to the left here because it heads back in the general direction where we're camped at. This is the original town of Cottonwood. It's much larger than this here, but when you walk down Main Street here, you definitely get the impression this is a throwback in time for sure. Some reading information for you, but this is one of the oldest buildings in this particular area. You see 1939. It's a neat little town. That looks like a Merkins, or the Merkins. We used to have a place on the corner down here, right on the main drag here. And I noticed when I went by the other day, it wasn't there. It looks like they relocated. Doing good. Good to see. Yep. That's what it is, Merkins. Obviously doing pretty well. A lot of wineries down here. restaurants or taverns, antiques, galleries as well too.